All right, mic check. We're live. Welcome in, ladies and gents. So we're gonna get right into it tonight. This is the side of everything that you don't see. That's what we're doing tonight. So as you can see behind me, normally we've got a green screen up and we've got our chroma key on our camera set to essentially ignore the color of the screen behind me. So if you don't know what a chroma key is, and I don't know the technicalities behind how a chroma key works exactly, but I'll show you real quick essentially what it does. So it's basically what allows me to tell the camera to make the green screen disappear. So with the chroma key on, the camera does not see the green screen behind me. And that's because I have the chroma key set to the color green. And again, I don't know the technicalities about how it works. I'd have to look it up, but it essentially just tells the camera lens not to acknowledge that color. And you can use any color. It doesn't have to be green. It can be blue. It can be any color. Green and blue are just the most common ones. So I turn the chroma key off and we have the green screen that you do not see. This is where the game normally is. This is where the game shows up. And I just have my little bitty square down in the corner, and that's what we do. But here recently, because I have a lot of little knickknacks, which I'll show you here shortly, I thought about how could we maybe try to do almost like a hybrid stream setup. So I don't want to get rid of the green screen because I like the way the green screen looks. It's really clean. It's really cool. You know, you can do a whole lot of different kind of things with it. It's how I'm able to put up all my little backgrounds and the 3D scenes and all the little animations and all that stuff. I need to get my water. So I don't want to get rid of it. So tonight, I thought it would be cool to just do like a little, yes, behind the scenes, kind of IRL, just chatting, build out sort of this wall behind me, and it's going to be minimal to start, and we'll have to get it dialed in, figure out what looks best and what doesn't. Whew. But at least it'll be a start. And we'll figure out the lighting, and you know, we'll probably only start with 2 shelves and all that good stuff. But I thought it would be cool to just kind of put behind me some of the things that I have in the house that I like, little oddities, little knickknacks, you know, that kind of represent a different aspect of me. There's something that I like when I watch streamers. I really like the green screen. I like it. It's clean, professional. But then streamers who have, you know, a setup with different aspects of what they kind of like behind them. You know, you get to see a lot of different types of rooms. And this isn't going to be like a whole decked out room. Don't have enough space for that yet or at the moment. But nevertheless, I think it's still going to be pretty cool. So before we start building anything out, I think what we'll do is kind of just go through some of the stuff we're going to be putting up. So I think we'll put up these hands. These are like art. I don't know what the heck they're for. They're like artists' hands. I guess they're supposed to help you learn how to draw hands because they're like blocked out. So people have seen these before. Put those up. And you'll see how I'm gonna do this shortly, because I'll have the shelves and everything behind me. We got some like tiny little plants in the house, not real. Probably put some of those up. And I'm gonna grab a couple other things off the wall. All right. This one I thought was really cool. I got this at, what's it called? Netherworld in Atlanta. It's a Halloween festival that they hold in Atlanta every year. One of the biggest in the country, if I'm not mistaken. It's like 3 or 4 warehouses spread out across this large empty lot. And they have a shop with all kinds of cool knickknacks like this in it. Cthulhu is the one that I got. I think it was like 20 or 30 bucks. Not too bad. It feels nice. It's heavy. It's got a nice finish. So I really dig things like that. Just weird stuff. Skulls, too many of those. Halloween is my favorite time of year because all of this stuff is just readily available to buy. So you can just go to the Halloween store and just pick up all kinds of stuff. And for me, it's like, well, cool, it's Halloween, but I'd have it up year round. And then a couple more small things. Let me grab. We got another deal, little shark head. So what's funny, and this is goofy that I do this, but as far as like little knickknacks and stuff are concerned, a lot of the times if you're looking for just like things like this or like little skulls or different types of plants or just whatever, items that are built for aquariums are like pretty good go-tos. So this is actually made for an aquarium, but it's just cool. I used to love sharks when I was a kid. Like Sasquatch. Got the Sasquatch guy. Not very big. So I think that's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh yeah, it's definitely real. Definitely out there. They're out there. No doubt about it. That's like 7 items to start with. And I think we'll probably be able to get, and we might not use them all, we'll try to, but I think we'll be able to get like 3 on each shelf, 4 on one, 3 on the other, whatever. And put them up there. And then beyond that, let me see if I can't. Camera looks a little out of focus, which is probably going to happen a lot because I'm going to be up and down, up and down. There we go. That looks a little bit better. And apart from that, everyone who does a streaming setup always has these lights, different types of lights. These I just got from Walmart, pretty cheap. So we'll probably make, you know, like some type of honeycomb pattern. It looks like they connect with like a USB cable or something like that. So I'll have to figure out where to plug them in. I'll probably have to get like a USB extender or something, unless the cable it comes with is really long and I can plug it into my computer. I don't know. We'll see. But it has 8 of them in it. So we'll figure out how, when we get the shelves up, we want to orient those, because I'm looking at the screen right now. And the shelving should be decent, because normally I don't have the mic in frame. The mic is out of frame. So the shelving could be like right here, and you're not going to notice the mic, so it's not going to be covering it. And then if we get more stuff, maybe we could move some shelving like up here. The other way that we have it in the room is they're kind of at like that cascading thing where they're up here and then they come down and then they're right here and they're a little further out. But for now, to put them like kind of right here behind me. And then, I don't know, maybe, I'm not sure how we'll do the lights yet. We might like, I don't know if we'll put them above my head, or I don't know how far apart you can spread them either. They're just like these little deals here. So we'll see. Shelves. These are actually pretty nice. These are the ones we have on the other part of the wall in the house too, but they're like these really nice, dark, they've got like a dark stain finish. And I mean, it's actually wood. It's not like, what do they call it? I don't know, packing board or whatever it's called, compressed board. It's like actually wood. Smells good too. I'm a big like smell person for some, just kind of how it is. But they look nice, they're sturdy, and you get a pack of 6 of them for $25. So these little brackets, those are gonna come out and they're gonna mount on the wall. And they want you to use anchors, but nothing that I'm going to be using is going to be heavy enough to cause the drywall to crack or for it to come out. So I'm not going to use anchors. That would just be a bigger hole in the wall that I'd have to patch later, and I don't feel like doing it. So anyway, we're going to just start from the very beginning because I didn't plan any of this out, so we're just going to kind of build it out. Build it out and see how it goes. Okay, so I'll try to adjust the camera so you can kind of see what I'm doing. The way that this is set up right now, and this little PC webcam is probably going to continue to go in and out of focus, which is going to be a pain in the ass, but I don't feel like buying a $1,000 camera right now. But right now the green screen is on the wall. It was tacked down to the wall so that it couldn't move and it was perfectly flat. But since we're going to be trying to put shelves behind it and I want to continue to use it, you can't really see it in the frame, but you can just kind of barely see it at the top. There's like this hospital ass type rail system up there now to where we're going to be able to pull it out of the way, and then when we want to use it, we'll be able to slide it back in. So take the tacks off, and now it's free flowing. I have to keep the bottom tacked just because we keep a lot of fans on in the room because the computer just heats up like a mother. It is like super hot in here when all the systems are running at the same time. But what we can do with it is we can actually just slide it out of the way. So you can kind of see the rail up there, not really though. But we'll slide it out of the way, and now it's just about all the way out of the frame, like not all the way. So I maybe could adjust the actual frame of the camera just so that kind of gets out of the way a little bit more. Like I said, this is like the preliminary trial run of all this. So there's plenty of changes to be made along the way. But what I'm gonna have to do here as well, and this might be kind of tough, I might have to get like a tape measure and put it behind me because I'm gonna have to figure out if I'm sitting down, because this is gonna be my normal view with the camera down. This is normally what's going on. So when it's down, you actually can't really see the green screen. I could probably put like a little handle on the wall to prevent you from being able to even see it. These are just my sound proofing pads. But I need to know where these are gonna be. So I might have to, let me see. I might have to take our little pencil, carpenter's pencil, and maybe make a mark on the wall of roughly where we could put them. So I'm usually right here. So roughly that height would be probably decent. And I'll even these out. Roughly that height is probably decent. I'm thinking if I put them, I don't know if it would, I don't think it'd be better to put them above my head. I'd probably make it harder to see, especially if I'm leaning up towards the screen, because I'll be a lot closer to the screen. So I think beside me is probably the best thing to do. And the lights, I'm not sure yet. We might put the lights underneath the shelves for the same reason. We'll figure that out when we get to it. There's a lot of kitty cats running around right now too, and they're gonna be all up in the way eventually, undoubtedly. So, sticking their nose into every single thing, which one of them is attempting to do right now. So you might get a glimpse of them. We might get to introduce you to them also. Let me play some music in the background while we're doing this as well. I can turn the music down a little. I don't know how loud the music is. Play. Just have a little groove going in the background while we're doing this. Okay, so what I'm gonna have to do first, I need to go get my tape measure, is we're gonna have to measure how long this is. And then what we're gonna have to do is measure where these holes are within that length. Get a level on the wall, mark it, and then screw the brackets in. I gotta get my tape measure. I'll be right back. All right, cool. Yeah, I turned it down a little. I don't want it to be too loud. So let's get this measured out here. I think it's going to be about 12. No, it's actually longer than that. 17. 17. God, there's too much shit on my desk now. 17. All right. So let me write this down on this little piece of paper here so I can keep up with these numbers, because we're going to have 4 separate numbers for where the holes have to be drilled for the brackets. That's just the way that I do it. In numerical order. If you wanted to, you could just measure from one end in and then the other end in and do it, you know, like 1 through 6, 1 through 6. But I'll just do it like 5, 7, 12, 15. That's how I would do it. Because on the tape measure, it's going to go in numerical order. So you don't have to flip it, you know, depending on how you want to do it. I don't care. So, we've got our little mark on the wall. Where's our level? Here's our level. Seemed like a decent spot. Seems like a pretty decent spot. Let me see. Try to get it as close to the corner as I can so that we have, so if I'm up here again, I can kind of see that line behind me. That should be pretty good. I think that should be pretty solid. Just move it over as close to the corner as we can get it without it being in the corner. I think that'd be pretty cool. Again, all of it is subject to change. I did not plan any of this out. I just think it would be cool to start trying to kind of build out a little bit of a wall that has unique things on it that I like, and continue to be able to use the green screen when I want to do that too. So we'll measure where these holes for the brackets themselves are going to go. Okay, we got one at let's just say 3 3/4 to make it easy. 5 3/4. Okay, let me write that down before I forget it. So we had 3 3/4, 5 3/4. 11 1/4 and 13 even. 11 1/4 and 13 even. All right, so now we can take them out. I'd have to get a screwdriver to get some of them out. Some of them are kind of snug. See if the drill can pop it out. A little tight, little tight. Didn't get it out. Nah, I might have to get a screwdriver. Okay, let me go get one. Oh, never mind, I got it. For now. For now. Okay. So what we'll do, and we'll have to go a little bit below our line to kind of accompany where the actual bracket will go in. So, I mean, we could almost even say that that's just like about 1/2 inch in down the wood. So if that's going to be right there, we would measure roughly 1/2 inch down from that line, and that's where the hole should be. Should be. Doesn't mean it will be. We measure over to see where they are. 1 3, 3 3/4, and 5 and 11 1/4 and 13. This is not easy to do with one hand. Okay, we roughed that one out. There'll probably be pencil marks all over the wall by the end of it. Nothing a wet rag can't take care of though. So what we'll do is we'll measure 1/2 inch down from that line, and then those little dots that we just made should be where we can drill. All right. Now, we'll see if we get it right. And that'll be the first shelf. So I'm going to put these on first. And then we'll slide the shelf on top of them. And I need to get wood screws. No. It came with screws. Little baggie of screws. So we'll put these in real quick. And I'm really hoping we don't jack this up because I don't want to have to drill into the wall all night long to fix it. All right. First screw in. Let's give it a go. Can this fit all the way through, or do I have to do it from... Yeah, I'm going to have to do it from here. All right. And like I said, I'm not using anchors. The drywall is going to cinch this down enough. It's not going to matter. I'm not going to be putting anything on these that's going to warrant having a half, or a fucking 3/8 inch anchor in the wall. It's just a hole I don't feel like putting in the wall. I'm going to have to patch that later, and I don't want to do it. So if I was going to be putting something like, I have some larger skulls and some larger items that I could put on shelves in the room, but I'm not going to, I'm not going to worry about doing that. We're just going to drill straight into it. I mean, that's pretty damn firmly in the drywall. Like that's, I could probably sit my biggest cat on it, and it's not gonna fall, which is a true testament. All right, let's see how we did. I need a drill bit sleeve. I've been needing one of those for a long time. I just keep forgetting about it. So hopefully we didn't totally fudge up the alignment of this. All right, that's firm. Ever so slightly off level, not much. I don't think you would even be able to notice it, to be honest. Does it look off level in the... That's probably going to be hard to tell because of all the lighting and all the shadows. Does it look off level in the camera? I mean, I couldn't tell. There's no way I could tell. It's not off level enough for it to be extremely noticeable. So what we would do is we'd put our people up here. Let's put a hand on one side, huh? Figure out how we want to orient that later. So my big ass head will probably cover up some of it at some point, undoubtedly, but it'll be back there. It'll be back there nevertheless. That looks like a pretty good position. Pretty good height. If I'm leaning back, you can see it super well. Even when I'm leaning forward, I don't really cover it up at all. That's good. Okay. Good. So now we're doing the same thing on the other side. We'll have to measure across from where this current shelf is located so that we know what line to aim for. And do it again. All right. Where did I do my tape measure? Here we go. Okay, we kind of just had to eyeball it because it's too difficult to do this with one hand and get the tape measure to stay still while there's a level on it. So I had a mark from where the shelf needed to be, and I'll just try to lean back as far as I can so that we can see. It's already getting like blazing hot in here, like I said. It gets so hot in this room with the PC on. But I think it'll be pretty close. I think it'll be pretty close. I'm not too worried about it. I'm not half that bad at eyeballing things these days. So, it's going to be the same measurements as far as the length of the shelf goes, but where the holes for the brackets end up don't always line up the same. So we'll do that again. It is still 17, which is good. So we'll see where these need to be. So yeah, see, this one is just ever so slightly different. So instead of 3 3/4, this one's right at 3 1/2. That's 5 5/8. Then we've got 11 3/8. And 13 again. So one number matched at least. Okay. So we'll mark about half down this line. and do it again. All right. That's too far in. Could have put it at like where the edge of the green screen is. I think that should be like a decent spot. And then I'm probably going to put a little hook on the wall to get the green screen out of the way. But I think that should leave enough room for me in the middle. All right, so what did we have? Of course, I covered it up. 3.5, 5 5/8. We had 11 3/8 and 13. All right, we'll see how that turns out. It's not easy to do all that with one hand. So this one, we'll see. I think it'll be okay. All right. Hello. Yeah, it wouldn't surprise me at all if we have to make an adjustment to this one. All right, let's see what that looks like. If it even fits. Yep. Figured. So we're gonna have to come over a little on the left-hand side, just a little though. Might even be enough. Just by moving it over on the bracket. Maybe. That might have moved it enough. I don't know. It did. It moved it enough. Let's see how out of level it is. Yeah, that one's got to be changed. We'll have to go up a little. Distance is good, but the level's off. See if that adjusted for it. Good. I think we might be too high now. No, that one's perfect. That one's even more level than the first one. So, how's the distance? Yeah, no, I think the distance is gonna work. Yeah. I mean, they're not perfectly equidistant from me, but that's okay. I don't think that's really that big of a deal. Yeah, I mean, at that point, we would just be nitpicking. Because you know, unless I had somebody else in here with me and I could like go straight back from where I'm at with a damn tape measure and mark it right over my shoulders, there's no way I'm going to be able to get that exact. So I don't think that's really too big of a deal. Overall, you can see both shelves. It's not in a bad spot. So I think that's fine. Then if I move that out of the way, can't even see that anymore. That'll help with sort of the dimension of the way that looks anyway. Okay, so for this one, put shark. Sasquatch, plant, and the other hand. Yeah, so there's just a handful of knickknacks. It looks like a freaking, that Sasquatch statue just looks like a solid black figure. That's funny. But you can kind of tell it's a Bigfoot if you're familiar with the form. That should stand out well enough. So this is the beginnings of our wall, okay? Just the beginnings. There's plenty more that can be done to the wall. I could get some strips that run up and down the sides. You know, we could put shelves of other things kind of like up here above us, you know, not too high, but kind of up here, sort of cascade them in. I have 4 more to use, but I don't have enough knickknacks to put on them right now. But this is just the beginning. Yeah, that would be cool. A neon sign. That would be cool. So the hard part's over. Well, I say that. This could honestly be way harder. I don't know. We're going to figure out where and how to connect these. So First of all, I need to know how they connect to each other, because if we can't separate them, which it doesn't look like we can, like it looks like they have to be together or even like that. So I don't think you can separate them. Like I couldn't have some over here and some over here, unfortunately. So that's gonna be interesting to figure out how to do. Let's see. Got to get it all out, figure out how they actually connect. I think it's just by these little like USB adapters. Yeah, that's kind of what they are. They're just like little USB adapters. I think it's funny, it comes with 8 lights, but it only comes with 1 desk stand. So you can put this single thing out of all 8 on 1 stand. But I'm sure nobody's doing that. I mean, if you're buying these, then you're buying them to put them on the wall. Obviously. Obviously. All right, so they come with these little USB adapters. Like I said, I can't put shit up close to this fucking camera. It's too cheap of a camera. It can't autofocus. So to keep manually doing it. And it comes with these little, I'm not going to stick it up to the lens because the stupid ass thing can't focus, but it comes with like these little tripod looking things. And this is how they all snap together. There's like holes on the back. So I have no idea what shape to build and where the hell behind me we're going to put them. I almost feel like the only way that I could put them on the wall behind me and you be able to see them is if it was just almost like a straight line. Because I couldn't put it right behind me, you wouldn't be able to see it. I mean, I guess I could make like a honeycomb pattern and put it behind my head and you would see some of it. But these are interchangeable, so it's not like these can't be moved at any given time. These can be moved at any moment in time. So it'd be cool if they had like an extension type of thing. Yeah. Where I could put like one over here and then I could put one over here. But that's not how they go. But I mean, if it's big enough, I don't know if it's big enough, but I almost could maybe put one just behind me, maybe? I just don't want my body to be totally blocking them. Yeah, a light strip up the corner would be cool too. So we'll obviously be playing around with what we put on the wall and how we organize the wall and different things like that. This is just the beginning, but I just wanted something that would be fun to kind of have little things that I like, as well as the green screen. So this is what I've got so far. We have 4 more pieces. So I could do shit. I don't even know, man. I don't know how it's gonna go. Because I don't know how you're gonna be able to see it. Really, I guess you're not gonna be able to see the lights themselves, but I mean, you should be able to still see like the ambiance of the light. Or I don't know, maybe I could just do a straight line. Could try to do a straight line. Now I can't get them apart. Okay. So let's see what happens if we just do like a line, like a straight line. If hopefully we have enough of these little tripodular deals. It comes with a flathead screwdriver too. I don't know what that's for. It comes with a little tiny flathead screwdriver. I don't know what that's for. I don't see any screws on these at all. So I don't know what that's for. The only thing that I don't like about these that I didn't realize when I bought them is they adhere to the wall. There's an adhesive that you stick to the wall, which is not ideal. I mean, it makes sense. You wouldn't probably drill every single one of them into the wall, but it's gonna peel the drywall off. And here's the first invader that I knew would come. Lobie cat. Directly in my way. Are you going or what? Lobie. Yeah, there she goes. She'll be back. So repositioning them might actually end up being a pain in the ass because it's 3M adhesive. It's these little 3M double-sided pull tabs. But when I pull these off the wall, it's gonna either leave residue behind or it's gonna peel the drywall off. So, which I can fix all that, that's not a problem. I just don't want to have to do it over and over and over again. You know what I mean? We'll see. So we've got 5 connected so far. If it was behind me, like right under the shelves, you'd be able to see some of them. Oh, they have little 2-ways too. I didn't realize that. That's helpful. How many of the 2-ways do they have? Just dump them all out. I'm using the 3 prongs. That's like if you want to do like a honeycomb pattern. They have the little 2 ones, so I guess I'll just undo all the work I did then. Whoa. That thing went flying. These are not easy to get out. I don't know where the hell that went. If it fell on the floor, then it'll definitely be gotten by a cat. But the 2-way, that's nice. Makes that simple. If I'm doing a straight line, that makes that simple. I really do need to find that. Where'd it go, Key? Huh? All right, I got it. Found it. Okay, so let's take all these 3 ones back out. I cannot believe how difficult these are to get out. Which, I mean, I guess is good. It's not just cheap crap. But at the same time, it's kind of annoying. Okay. I don't think I can really show you what I'm doing, maybe. No. Camera doesn't go down far enough for me to be able to show you. But momentarily. I think for now, though, I'm just going to commit to the straight line. It just makes the most sense. It just makes the most sense. I'm trying to see if I'm, So if I move to the right, I might transition so I'm a little bit more even between everything. I'll move myself over to the right more. Or maybe I could even move the camera. I don't think that's going to work though. No, that doesn't do anything. Okay. So we'll just slide our stuff over. All right. Keep putting it on. Yeah, I'm glad they came with this this little 2-bar, this tiny little 2-1 instead of this tripod thing. Hopefully I've got enough of them for all of these. I think I might be running out. We've got, ooh, I think I only have one more. I think I only have one more. No, 2 more. Cool. That'll, well, I'll be 2 shy. But I can use the try for the last one. Yeah, the rest are just these little 3 prongs. Oh no, I have, damn, there's a lot of these bastards. But just a little honeycomb behind. Pretty minimalistic, pretty symmetrical, but should be good for now. That's what we're gonna go with. Because the whole point of these, I mean, I don't want you to just see the ambiance of the lights, because I mean, I have LED strips on the floor. If I wanted you to just see the ambiance of the light, then I could turn all the lights in the room off. You can already see the glow of the blue light on the ground, you know? So I want the actual lights themselves to be visible, at least for now. And this is the USB. So this side is gonna, and I'm glad it's white too, because it's gonna basically just be hanging, running down the wall. But this side is the side that I'll put on the left, that I'll end up running to my computer, because that's the only thing I can connect it to, unless I have there is an outlet right there, so I could actually, if I have an extra brick, like a cell phone charger brick, if I have an extra one somewhere, which we're bound to have an extra one of those somewhere, then I could actually put it on my right and have it run down the wall over there instead of running into my computer. Oh man, you know what I have not been doing this whole time? Is connecting these fucking things with the damn little USB things. I haven't been doing that shit. Hey Joe. So that means I've got to take all of these fucking things apart now and do it again, because I haven't been putting the little USB things in for them to talk to each other. Nobody said this was going to be easy, and like I said, it's not planned out. And the frickin' camera is not going to stay autofocused if I'm moving around, because it's just not a good enough camera. So I'm going to have to keep having to do this. Okay. So I got to pop all these back out and put the little USB deals in. Which I didn't even think about, and I've been sitting here looking at them the whole time. But this really, I guess, is the last step, besides having like a little curtain arm on the wall to hold the nah, the camera just doesn't autofocus very well. It's just a little 1080p Logitech desktop camera. So we haven't made it to the point of having like a, you know, 4K 60 frames a second DSLR connected or anything yet. So how the hell do these things connect? Okay, like that. So they have these little USB things, and they all funnel into each other. Like that. Which, in all honesty, that kind of holds them together. So I very well may only need to use one of those little connectors per set, since the USB kind of holds it together on its own, which is helpful because that means I only have to use half of the amount that they came with. And we'll stagger them top to bottom. Maybe that's why it came with the flathead screwdriver. It came with this tiny little flathead. I have no idea what it's for. None of this assembly has screws, so I have no idea what that's for. Maybe it came with it to pry these little things out of the holes because of how difficult they are to get out. But we're getting it right this time. And if I do all of this and plug it all in and it doesn't work, I'm gonna be a little pissed. But LEDs and LED strips and LED lights and LED panels are really cheap these days. So it's not, I think I have spare LED panels too. So I could even run, you know, if I decided I didn't want to do this anymore, I could even just run, you know, a panel or a strip up the corner right here or something, and maybe even run one up at the top since I already have one at the bottom, and then just have the ambiance of that lighting from multiple sides on the wall. But I think this will be a better centerpiece to start with. And this will develop probably 100 times over because we'll end up moving again. I'm gonna have to take it all back down, and then whenever the new room is set up, the new area is set up, it'll look different. The dimensions will be different. You know, there's just a ton of different things that this will probably end up developing into. One more, and we have our straight line. So we'll put it back here. I would put it above my head, but I lean forward when I'm playing the game, so you just like, I mean, I guess you could probably still see it. I don't know. Either way, some of it's going to be blocked. But I guess, I don't know, I guess the straight line for now makes the most sense. I mean, I could do like a singular sort of centralized honeycomb pattern, you know, and have that like right here, have the honeycomb pattern up here. Have that back there. Maybe it would be better to put it above. It might be better to put it above. Yeah, I don't know if I could make it into an S shape. Maybe I could, I don't know. If I put it above, I might put it above. I don't know. I don't know if I could make it into an S shape. I guess you probably could. You can do like this too, like just like a circle kind of thing. But I'm trying to think, because this is what I'm normally playing. I'm leaning forward, you know, closer to the screen. So this is probably about where the camera would be. And then when I lean back, obviously the wall opens up a lot more. So you'd be able to see, maybe I could do like a Like a U shape or something. Something like that. I don't know. I do not know. The limitation though is going to be that these little USB sticks are straight. So I can't do every possible angle because it's not going to connect. Let me try something else. This is probably going to be the longest part of the whole damn thing, is getting this light orientation figured out. Because now I'm almost thinking, well, maybe a straight line isn't the best. Maybe we do an actual different shape. Because once I stick this to the wall with the 3M, I'm not gonna be able to take it back off. So when I build the shape, I'll try to just hold it up. Because once it's stuck, it's stuck. Okay, so how are we gonna do it? So it's gotta be, some of these have to be straight to each other, because these USBs can't bend. That's gonna be a really tight U. I don't know, I think I'm maybe yeah, it could be diagonal. That might be a good idea. Instead of straight across, make it like diagonal. Might not be a bad idea. I'm gonna have to adjust my monitors on the desk though, because I need to come over a little. I want to be a little bit more in the middle of these shelves. So I need to move my monitor over pretty good ways. Moving the camera over doesn't do anything. Because right here, more toward the middle of my desk, middle of my monitor, too close to this one. I don't want to be that close. I think a diagonal could be cool though. That could be like the asymmetrical part of the whole thing. We'll go, so for it'll be this. So top left down to the bottom right. I think that's what we're gonna commit to. At least for now. I don't want to spend all damn night doing this shit. I still have to shower and all that. But yeah, I mean, eventually I know that you can order, like, you can have custom neon signs and things made. I've seen a lot of people with that. I'm sure that probably costs several $100s to actually bend the glass and make your own neon light, especially depending on how intricate it is. But who the hell knows? I mean, that could be done by a damn machine now. I don't know. But I'm sure that's probably several $100s. Yeah. Obviously, too, I'm going to plug these in before I stick them on the wall. So we see what we got. Right. Okay, but yeah, I think that's what we'll do. I think we'll take it, and I think we'll put it behind us in a diagonal, kind of like that. I think that'll be good. That'll be like the one asymmetrical part of it. Good suggestion. Put a couple extra of these little deals in just for the hell of it. Just to keep it a little bit more firm in the middle. Yeah, that's a little bit more sturdy. Pop it up there like that. And then we'll just have this run down. I need to try to find a brick for, and what's cool too is if I kept buying these, which I just got these from Walmart, if I kept buying these, they all connect together. So I have extra little USBs. So you could just build like a giant freaking wall of these LED panels if you wanted to. Alright, I found one we can use to test with. But at least make sure they come on. Okay. That's bright. That looks pretty damn cool. Yeah. That's bright. So, we have so many things in this room that use the same freaking remote. Let's see what this does. Nothing else beeped. That's red. Can't really tell on the camera. So we're gonna probably have all sorts of modes, blue. So we can cycle through all sorts of modes. Oh, that looks pretty sick. You can't really tell on the camera. I'll have to turn the lights on. So now you should be able to see the colors a little bit better. So this is just like a random mode, cycling through different colors of lights. That's an automatic mode. Oh, that's pretty cool. You can like count how many you want. So that's 3. God, there's so many modes. That's 1. That's like a rainbow wheel on every single color. You can't see it on the camera though, unfortunately. But that's like a rainbow wheel of every color on the lights. 2 is like this. Yeah, like that. I like that mode. That looks cool. 3, it's like a cascade from color to color. 4, reverse cascade. 5, just slower. Same thing, just slower. That's a pulse. We don't want a pulse. We definitely don't want a flash. That's pretty wild. That's like a circular color wheel on every single one of them. And then you can synchronize it to music too, which I'm definitely not going to worry about doing that. You can make it go slower, make it go quicker. And you can just make it a solid color. I think I like mode number 2. Yeah, slow on mode number 2. And then it just will cycle through every color on every single tile slow. So we'll put it I think for now we could put it like that. I mean, obviously my big ass head is going to be blocking some of it. But these are pretty cheap, you know, I could always buy more, change up the pattern. If I'm in front of it up here, make it go a little bit higher. Yeah, it's too hard to tell while I'm at this angle. But essentially, if I was all the way turned around, part of it came out, of course. Bro, I don't know why this thing is trying me now. Oh, you gotta be shitting me, dude. Fucking thing came out, doesn't want to go back in, and now the USB popped out of the damn hole. So I guess that's the part that sort of falls off when it comes to manufacturing quality. And yeah, there's no way to get in there and get that back out. So the straight line is scrapped. Can't do a straight line. We could do like a arch. And I think we could do that probably above my head. Do the arch above my head. Nope, because one of the USBs came out inside of the light. So now we're gonna have to do something like this. I guess, something like that. Or I'll have to do it the other way so that this comes down. Comes down the wall instead of a B, it'll be more like an A. That had to have been why they included a screwdriver. I cannot think of any other reason why they would have done that. Yeah, the freaking USB housing just fell off, came off inside the light. They're not expensive lights, okay? I guess I could flip this one around is what I could do. So that it's facing down. Come on, man. All right. So that's probably what it's going to have to look like now. It's uneven on one side. No, fucking bastard. I want it over here. I want this to be over here. I mean, it could be a V, I guess. Doesn't really make sense why it would be, but it could be. Pop it back out. This one needs to flip around. Just the singular one giving me a problem now. That could be down. That's gonna have to go right there, like that. Got it. Okay. That down. Probably honestly put that behind the shelf a bit. Even connect like that too. Yeah, I think that could be cool. So for that to work, have it be in the side here. All of these would have to happen in the side. And connected to each other. So it's good they give you so many. It's good they give you so many. Yeah, there we go. Now we do need some of these triangular ones, huh? Now we definitely do. Okay, got a couple of those. Let's take this one out, straight one out. Put a triangular one in its place. Put this guy down here. That. Take this one out for the same reason. See if I can get it to come out. Being a royal pain in the ass. Get these pieces out, man. Okay. Put another triangular piece here. There we go. Launch it into the sky. Take this guy out. Triangular piece here. Okay. Little duo piece right there. Sure these are kind of in there sort of firmly. Since we got some extras now, we can go ahead and just get them all filled up where needed. That way they're nice and secure, which they all seem to be now. So we're working with a shape like this. Okay. I guess above might make sense. I don't know if keeping it down in the middle would really make much sense. I would pretty much be blocking the entire thing. When I lean back, you'd be able to see it more. But maybe above. Maybe above. Kind of go around like that. Yeah, I think that'd be decent. All right. Well, let's turn that back on for now then. Okay. And just sort of figure out how to stick this. So let me turn this off. I don't know where the receiver on this thing is. How it turns off. Okay. I'm not going to put a 3M on every single one of these. There's no way. I'll put one at the top and one at the bottom. I don't see why we would need any more than that. It's not heavy. Maybe if I had like 15 of them. I can't get the damn... There we go. It didn't want to peel away. Okay. Put one at the top, one at the bottom. I don't think we need any more than that, truthfully. Okay. Let's see. Something like that. When I'm leaning forward playing, it's probably going to be blocked up a bit, obviously. But if I take a little breather and lean back, you know, you'll be able to see it a little bit better. So we'll get a little like a curtain hook type deal. What you would kind of like what you would keep in your living room or something to pull that back out of the way. And then it'll really just be the shelving. And that's it. If I post it up right here, center desk, yeah, I think I'll probably shift a little over to the right so I'm more centered between the shelves. But yeah. I do wish you could separate them. I guess I would just end up having to have two different sets because I think it would be so much better if I just had lights under each shelf instead of lights under behind me. It just blocks so much of the view of it. So you really can't even see it at all. If I turn the light off, I mean, you'll be able to see the glow of the light, which is okay, I guess. But I definitely would like it more if it could be on either side. I'm not really sure what I would use for that. There could be like I'd still have to have two separate power sources if I did like LED lamps. Um I mean I have some LED strips that I could run up the corner, but that would really only be one corner. It still might be decent though. Let me turn the lamp off too. Yeah. It's okay. I mean, I wouldn't be as visible. I don't know if they dim or not. Yeah, I think they do dim. Or maybe not. No, I guess they don't dim. So this camera, this camera is just not nice enough to be able to focus in and apply the proper level of depth. I could try to fudge with the properties of it a little bit, but I don't think it's not gonna work for every situation. I could zoom it way in. The zoom might not be a bad idea, honestly. Would help eliminate some of the need for the green screen. That's probably too much. Yeah, I think that's probably like a good level of zoom. Focus is the tough one. And what in the world is that? Left to right. Oh, that's cool. You can adjust the lens left to right. That's neat. Okay. Yeah, I don't think I really need that. Okay. I do like the zoom being in a little bit more so you can actually see what's on the shelving. Video procurement. This I really don't know. Some of this you can't change, or you can change it. Okay, gain, brightness. Yeah, we don't want it to be bright. Too bright. I don't even remember what the hell that was at. Da-da-da-da-da-da. Contrast, yeah, saturation. 128. Everything's at 128. Nah, that doesn't do anything. Put it back at 128. Default. Sharpness. Nah. Default. Apply. Camera control. Zoom 115. Okay. So that's that. Lock it. So with that level of zoom, it actually has me pretty good as far as the green screen in the frame. I don't think the green screen is in the frame at all now, which is nice. I mean, if I lean back in the chair, then the lights look cool in the frame. I mean, you can see them, but yeah, there's no way to dim them, so they're pretty bright on the screen. I don't know, they might not work. This might not be the right lights for the situation. Or at least maybe not directly in front of the camera because the camera's just not capable of, you know, cycling through, or not cycling through, but adjusting for the depth. And having this big light on kind of defeats the entire purpose of the lights because you can't even see the colors. Having them off, yeah, I don't know. They just look like giant blurry blobs. Yeah, I tried to manually focus. It's just not a good enough camera. It's not a good enough camera. It doesn't have those types of capabilities. It's just a plug and play desktop camera that I've been using for a while now. So yeah, the manual focus doesn't do anything. I mean, I can crank the focus up, which blurs everything. As soon as I'm visible, which, you know, if I turn the light on, that might. But that just makes everything blurry. So this would be, well, not really. Yeah, so. Okay. So I'm almost thinking, probably have a couple patches on the wall now because of this, but I'm almost thinking those lights are just maybe not the play, or at least in that position, they're not the play. Because in front of the camera, they just look like blurry blobs. If I had a better camera, yeah, and it could autofocus properly on everything that was in frame, it would be better. But yeah, you don't know until you know. You don't know until you know. Yep. So now we have a singular patch of drywall missing, or paint rather, which is what I knew would happen because these things cannot come off. Once they're stuck, they are on there. I guess I'll have to paint over it. I'm not sure what to do with these then. I don't know if I just try to put them below me so that they're still, but I see at that point I feel like I should almost just run an LED strip up the wall. But that might even look too bright, you know? Stick them to the bottom of the Yeah, I could only stick them to one shelf though. I couldn't stick them to both shelves because you can't separate them. You can't separate them. So only one shelf would have them. Uh, I can dim the LED strips though, so that could be the play. That could be the play. Uh, I'm just trying to think. Even if I put them below me on the wall, which I could try for a second. I'm not gonna hit them hard again. Okay, kind of barely on the wall now. Okay, it's gonna fall, but I don't want to push them hard because I don't want to keep ripping the paint off. But that's if it's below me on the wall without it being in frame at all. I mean, it's cool. You can like see the different colors on the wall. It doesn't really light up very much, very well. Yeah. I don't know. I'm almost thinking it might be if I could do it. I don't even know if I could because the LED strip is so long. I'd have to buy like a shorter LED strip. Because the ones I have now are so long, I don't think I could do it. It would like run all the way across the damn ceiling. Which I mean could be cool too, because then you'd have light coming from the bottom, side, and top. So that might actually work. I don't know. But I'm almost thinking a strip might be the play. Because this, I mean, for me, the idea of this is like that seeing it, seeing like the visual of it is the whole kind of allure, right? Because it's an actual physical patterned thing. Whereas having just like an LED strip, I mean, you're not really worried about people seeing an LED strip. It's just a strip. So that might honestly be a better idea. We'll have to try that out. I'm not going to try that out now because I don't even know if I have an extra one. And if I do, oh, that looks cool. If I do, I don't know where it is. But yeah, I'm not so sure they're the play. I don't think, I mean, I don't have the receipt to return them, so I don't think I even can return them. I'm not going to return them. I mean, I'm sure at some point I'll be able to use them for something, or somebody will be able to use them for something. But that's what it's about uh, for the initial go around. Just kind of experimenting, seeing what works and what doesn't work. So we figured out what works. I like the zoom level for this particular deal here. Now, if I want to switch this over to my live scene, which is what this would look like. So this would be the live scene. I could put a little banner around my guy here so it's not just a floating square. Might put a little banner there. Open up this, whoops, that's not what I wanted to do. Open up this particular side. No, why is it doing that? Trying to get one side. It's wanting to drag the whole thing. Oh, I guess maybe, what in the world is this thing doing? Okay, hold on. Let me get out of studio mode. Live. That's what we're in right now, is live. Okay, so for on screen, it looks like I'm super far over. Where on my screen, it looks like I'm right at the edge. But we can open that up so you can see the shelf. And then we have to open this up so you can see the shelf too. And then I'll just be nested right here in the corner. Okay. Trim that just down a little bit. Get the green screen out of there as much as we can. So yeah, that's how that would go. I'll still probably get a little curtain holder. And I could put a banner around the camera, you know, so that it's not just a floating square. Maybe shrink myself down just a bit so I'm not so prominent on the screen, blocking all the gameplay. But that looks pretty solid. So that's what the live would look like. Us down there with the knickknacks. And then, yeah, the other one would just be our little intermission screen that we saw before, which is this. And that's it. That's it. And then, yeah, what I would probably do is I would probably take an LED strip and run it up the corner there. And I guess I could run it along the trim of the ceiling as well, so there'd be light coming from bottom, sides, and above. And see how that works. we'll have to figure that out. But this is why we didn't completely abandon the green screen, because I knew that this particular process was going to be a little bit of trial and error as far as figuring out what did and didn't work. So we are still going to be using the green screen, but at least the shelving for now and the knickknacks look cool, which we'll probably continue to add to in the future. I mean, at most we'd probably add 2 more shelves like above our head, but it's a decent start. It's a decent start for an hour and 50 minutes. But I think what we'll try next is just the LED strip, see how that works. And we're going to probably end up saving the honeycomb LED panels for something else. Another project, another space, a better camera, whatever the case may be. That'll end up somewhere else. So I'm going to gather up all this trash, gather up all the tools, and get all this packed back up for now. I'm going to consider that a success with room for improvement. And this will be the beginnings of sort of the new background alongside the green screen. So maybe for a week at a time, we'll use the green screen. Maybe for another week, we'll use just the background camera so you can see the different things that end up on the wall. And then, yeah, the green screen slide over. Yeah, so we'll bring it forward a little. It's going to slide over nicely in front of all that. And then what I would do, of course, again, is just go back in here. And I would reactivate my chroma key so that the background was black. And now you can't see anything. So if I were to switch to the live screen again, it would be just the traditional green screen background. And I would have to adjust the edges a little bit so it's tighter. But that'd be it. Turn all the green lights on so there's no color bleed. But yeah, we have the option to do both, which is what I wanted. I wanted the option to do both so that we could incorporate some of the personality of things I like alongside the cleanliness and the smoothness of the green screen. And then boom, yeah, right back out of the way. And it seems like if I can just push it all real close together, I probably don't even need like a hanger, a curtain holder. It doesn't show up. So yeah, I think that's pretty decent. It's a decent start. At least we got the shelves and the knickknacks up, which you can see, which is cool. I'm going to have to adjust my position a little because I want to be a little bit more centered between the shelves. So I might move my monitor over just a tiny little bit, maybe an inch or two, and that'll center us up in between the shelves better. And then the next thing I'll do is I think I'll try an LED strip. But for now, it's 9 o'clock. I've spent way too much time on this. So I think we're probably going to call it there. And we'll continue to do this, that, and the other with it tomorrow and the next day and the weekend and all that good stuff. So anyway, yeah, not a problem. Thanks for being here and watching me attempt to build this out. Decent start. Could have been better. But hey, you don't know until you know. So anyway, that's it for tonight. Appreciate you guys and gals. I don't know when we'll do a stream again. Maybe tomorrow, maybe the next day. I don't know. But as regularly scheduled, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, we'll be back all the way. And it'll probably look even better by then. So I will catch you guys on the next stream. Have a good evening.